Well, hello friends, it's Christy with Creative Profits Academy, and today we are going to do the next step of setting up your email list with an opt-in form and a PDF that you're going to offer to your audience when they sign up for your email. So we're going to get into some nitty-gritty technical stuff today, but I am going to show you how I set this up. So here I have a graphic that I have produced. Just kind of made a copy of this. This is an easy way to do this. You could just take your PDF and just open it and scroll all the way to the top. And if you need some help to make a PDF, a real easy way to do this, if you don't have the software like Adobe to be able to go in and actually use a JPEG. I do that with Adobe. But if you don't have that software, one of my tricks is to just do a print screen. So I bring it up on screen and I do a print screen. And then it's going to give you a selection tool. And this is just a nice little easy, quick way to make a copy of your document and then create a JPEG for it. So what I'll do is you can open Paint, or I like to do Paint because Paint automatically selects it. Once I paste it in, Control V will paste it in to Paint, and then I hit this little box right up here, and that then crops it to the size of my image, and I'll hit File, Save As, JPEG, and then you can save it wherever you want. Now I've already done this, but I've done it through the Adobe Creator, but I just wanted to show you that quick and easy way to make a JPEG image. So if you don't have something already made for your email list to picture your product, that is an easy way to do. So I have my PDF right here, and I have my JPEG image. You need to have that ready. The next thing you need to do is have your email all set up, and I already showed you how to do that. You go into your MailChimp account, and under the home menu, you have all these different options. We've already gone over an overview of this. You're going to go down to audience, and we're going to create a new audience. Now, I already have one audience, actually two. And when you have a free account, they only give you one audience. But if you have more than one audience, this is how you would select it. And so if you're creating an audience for the first time, you'll just have to follow their instructions that they give you to be able to do that. And once you have your audience, make sure that you're in it, and I've already selected it. Then you're going to click over here on the right. This is Manage Audience. And there's a little tab down here that says Settings. This is where you're going to select your name, or if you want to change the name. I'm going to leave mine at Creative Life Freedom because I'm going to be able to use this audience on both my Creative Profits Academy and my creativelifefreedom.com domains. So here's where we're going to edit that audience name if you need to. And when you do these settings and get them all set up with the from name that you want, you can also, sometimes emails are delivered better with a person's name. So we'll try that. I don't know if that'll help with delivery. I often use just my business name, but they do say putting your own name can sometimes cause the emails to deliver better. I really haven't tested that too much, but I just wanted to show you that's something you can test. It might work where you'll get better delivery that way. Something worth testing. But for now, for this tutorial, I'm just going to keep the business name. And then I have my Creative Life Freedom, which I've already verified that email. I'm going to now change that because I'm going to actually try connecting this to my Creative Profits Academy.com domain and see what happens. So I want to be able to get this account able to send from both emails, because there'll be times when I want to designate something coming from one email versus another. So I'm going to go ahead and set this email up and set this domain up so that it can operate this list as well as the other one. We'll leave it with the email subject creative freedom, but I will always change this when I'm sending my emails, so I give it some variety. And this is a way you can test headlines as well to see how people respond to different types of email headlines or titles, the different subject matter that you talk about in your blogs. Okay. Now here it has unsubscribe notifications, subscribe. I don't fill this out because that would fill up my email inbox and I get enough email as it is. So I leave this blank. All right, it has over here enable CAPTCHA, CAPTCHA. I think that's a good idea. Send a final welcome email, and that is something that we're going to set up to be able to have the first time they sign up, they get a welcome email. And that welcome email will have my opt-in as well as the contact form. Let users pick plain text or HTML emails. I think that's a great idea, so I go ahead and leave that on. Send subscribe confirmations to subscribers, and I think that's important that people know, yes, when they sign up, that they get an email back saying, thank you for subscribing, and if you want to unsubscribe, there's a link in the footer. It tells them all that important information. Okay, so we're going to save audience and campaign defaults right down here at the bottom. All right, now because I changed the email, it's going to ask me to verify this email address. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to send a verification email. This might take a few minutes because going through the Springs hosting servers does tend to take a little bit of time. So we'll check the email, but we may have to wait a little bit. Okay, so it looks like our email has come through for verification. We'll see that you can verify, yep, that's coming, the domain that we're wanting to set up. We're going to click down here at verified domain access, and when you click that, it's going to take you over to MailChimp. Okay, so now that we're back over at the needing authentication domain sections of the MailChimp email list, let's go ahead and click on start authentication with one of the domains, and we're going to work through all the details of what they're saying we need to do. It's asking if we have Cloudflare is currently serving authorized with a Cloudflare because we have set this up with Cloudflare. All right, this is a one-time authorization. It does not grant permission to make future changes. Okay, so we're going to say authorize. Records have been created for Creative Profits Academy. So when you're set up on Cloudflare, it's very easy. If you're not and you have to go somewhere else and it's not one of the ones in the fields, then you have to manually do what I showed you how to do when we set up Springs Hosting and Cloudflare to talk to each other. So it's going to go ahead and authenticate it automatically. All right, this one should be easy too because it also is on Cloudflare. So we're going to go ahead and let it analyze the domain. Easy peasy. Authorize with Cloudflare. All right, so it's going to do its check. It looks like everything is authentication is in progress. Okay, you can see here I got the email saying my domain has been authenticated with MailChimp, and they're giving an option to set up a Valley Mail account. Now what that is the service that basically works to help make sure that your emails are in compliance, because things are becoming more and more critical to where there's more censorship on email and certain words that have to do with making money online, even download link, the word link or commissions, royalties, or anything to do with make money can cause your emails not to be delivered. So that service might be something that you want to check out. But for right now, we're just going to work on integrating our list with our blog site. Let's go into MailChimp. We'll log back in, and here under the menu, you'll select the audience dashboard. Make sure you've got your list set up, and if you haven't done so yet, you're going to want to make sure that not only do you have all your campaign title and email, all that's in correctly, which we just did, but we're also going to go back and look at the audience fields, all the merge fields that you want. And I have mine real simple. I've got the email address, first name and last name, and I haven't added anything. I mean, you can add some more things to it, but I don't recommend making them required. The only thing we want required would be the first name, and of course the emails are always required. If we want to add a field, they give you these options down here. Now we'll go into the settings. Also with the GDPR marketing over here, I did let them specify how they want to be heard, how they want to hear from us, and I made it more generic. I decided hot ways to hear from us. Gonna leave it real generic because we have both lists: Green Living Off Grid from my Green Living Off Grid website, and then of course this one, Creative Profits Academy. I don't exactly want to specify the name of the actual websites in here, because sometimes it's funny. MailChimp is kind of funny. I'll fill in one of these forms for one of my lists, and somehow those same fields will get carried over to the other list. It just does weird things like that, and I'm not sure why. So I'm making it a little bit more generic in this marketing preferences section. Back to settings and defaults. So we've done the list name, we've done our merge tags. All right, now we're going to go look at the email footer content, make sure that looks good. And again, I had filled out most of this for my lists when I had done them, set them up at the beginning. So it should be pretty good. You might want to write out something about, you were subscribed to the newsletters from and list your website. We appreciate your interest in our products or our memberships or our services. I'm just going to make this one a little more generic. If you ordered from our website, please keep an eye out on your email for any order updates. We hope you will enjoy our creative content ideas and occasional product coupons we will send out to you by email as a valued customer. But if at any time you don't want to receive these emails, you can remove yourself from our list by simply clicking on the subscribe link at the bottom of all our emails. All right, so just make sure that you kind of note that. We want to encourage people to easily see how to unsubscribe, because you don't want your email and your domain to be listed with too many spam emails. It can cause you to get on a blacklist that causes more service providers to put your email into spam rather than deliver them into your inbox. All right, that should really do it for our audiences. There's something called webhooks. That's where you can link it in to some of your other products. We might use that, but I'm not sure. We'll find out when we get into actually integrating it with the website. I don't remember if I used webhooks or not when I did it the first time. So we'll get into that together when we get to that point. Okay, now let's do the next part. Under our audience dashboard, we're going to scroll down to create a landing page. We can also connect a site. That's if we have a WooCommerce store with a bunch of products, that's what you're going to want to click for connecting a site. Here we're going to just look at the landing page, Creative Life Freedom. Okay, so for this landing page name, I'm going to give it, we'll begin. Okay, so these are the themes that they have. I'm going to try this one over here. I think I've used this one before. So we'll change the template and see what happens. Okay, that's better. At least the email opt-in form is on the right side, totally open and easy to see. Let's look at this image, see if I can change it. Yep, I can. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually upload my PDF image that I had made. That's it right here. Okay, I'm going to have to work on the text for this part. Perhaps put some more images in here to kind of bring this out. I'm going to go ahead and change this image right here. We'll bring it up again. And if I want to add an interest group, this is where I can set up groups and take this, which website this is coming off of, this contact. All right, so you can see how to set up a landing page. It's very easy. You can go with just a simple these 3 fields, or you can add a few more where we were editing that earlier. All right, and then you kind of think about what you want to say in each of these fields. And then when you're done, you're going to hit save and close. On our next video, I'm going to show you how to add those blog pages in that we're going to need to integrate with this form. And we'll do that in the next video.